In this problem, we use a graph to approximate one-sided and two-sided limits and to evaluate a function. So the directions state that we need to use the graph of f to evaluate the expressions in part A through E. And if a limit does not exist or the function is undefined, enter D and E. In part A, we evaluate a two-sided limit, the limit as x approaches 2 of f of x. So we need to first evaluate the one-sided limit as x approaches 2 from the left of f of x. So first we find x equals 2 on the horizontal axis, and note that all along this vertical line, x is equal to 2. So we need to approach x equals 2 from the left. So we hop on the left side of the graph and trace along the curve toward the vertical line x equals 2. And on our way, we note the y values as we're getting closer and closer to x equals 2. And it looks like as we get closer and closer to x equals 2, y is approaching -5. Next, we need to evaluate the one-sided limit as x approaches 2 from the right of f of x. To do this, we hop on the right side of the graph and approach 2 from the right. Along the way, again, we observe the y values as we get closer and closer to x equals 2. And it looks like as x approaches 2 from the right, y is also approaching -5. So since each of the one-sided limits is equal to -5, we know that the two-sided limit is also equal to -5. In part B, we need to find the one-sided limit as x approaches 5 from the left of f of x. So first we identify where x is 5 on the horizontal axis, and note that all along this vertical line, x is equal to 5. So we hop on the left side of the curve, trace along the graph toward x equals 5, and along the way, we note the values that y is approaching as x gets closer and closer to 5. It looks like y is approaching -3. So the limit as x approaches 5 from the left of f of x is -3. In part C, we need to find the one-sided limit as x approaches 5 from the right of f of x. So we hop on the right side of the graph and trace along the curve as we approach x equals 5 from the right. And along the way, we note the values that y is approaching. And as we get closer and closer to x equals 5 from the right, y gets closer and closer to 2. So the limit as x approaches 5 from the right of f of x is equal to 2. So in part D, we need to evaluate the two-sided limit of f of x as x approaches 5. This limit exists if and only if each of the one-sided limits is equal to the same value, but they're not, because the limit from the left side of 5 is equal to -3, and the limit from the right side of 5 is equal to 2. And since the two one-sided limits are not equal to each other, the limit as x approaches 5 does not exist. Okay, and finally, we need to evaluate the function at x equals 5. We're not taking a limit here. We're just finding the y value when x is 5. So once again, all along this vertical line, x is 5. And at this open circle, the coordinates are x equals 5 and y equals -3. But since it's an open circle, that point is not on the graph of f of x. Likewise, this circle with coordinates x equals 5 and y equals 2 is not on the graph of f of x. However, this closed circle is a point on the graph of f of x, and its coordinates are 5, -1. So when x equals 5, y equals -1. That means that f of 5 is -1. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for watching the video.